So I just encountered a situation that reminds me of another New Year's resolution I need to make, which is that when I talk to people, I have a tendency to crunch down my concepts and sentences because I just, maybe out of laziness. I think it can also tie into my main New Year's resolution, which is to be more well rested. You see, when I'm well rested, I have a tendency to be more slow and to be more patient and to finish my sentences. And this time I wasn't actually talking to somebody, but it created a situation where I embarrassed myself and almost contributed to me having an accident on the road. What had happened is that I have a friend who is a doctor, and we were talking about medical malpractice. And he mentioned how much medical malpractice insurance he has, and I thought that it was quite expensive. And then I was reading some news online about a patient who had sued his doctor for malpractice because the doctor had diagnosed him with something he didn't have, and he proceeded to spend his life savings of about $500,000, and now he realizes that he's not dying, and so he's suing for some amount of money. And I just think it's a ridiculous case, and it contributes to why my friend has to pay a fortune for his medical malpractice insurance premiums. And so I'm walking down the street and I'm saying, malpractice is a scam, malpractice is a scam, and I'm kind of marching to that. And I see a few people giving me like it's a stare, and they look like they could have been medical school students, and I didn't know if they would agree or disagree with my position, so I didn't want to explain why I was saying that. Instead, I just run across the street to get away from them, and in the process of doing so, I almost get hit by a car. Oh, in this case, I'm just being silly here, but sometimes I literally crunch down stuff. Like, instead of telling people about the story, about my friend who's a doctor, about how I feel about this, why these people don't deserve to be compensated, I just crunch it down into malpractice is a scam. And actually, that's not the best example. The best examples are when there's some ulterior issue going on, and instead of explaining it out, I go, F you, I don't want to do this. And it leads to confusion. Actually, I can think of a good example. I was at my family's home about a year ago, and I didn't want to go to the basement because I was worried that some of my things would be missing. And for some reason, I didn't want to elaborate on all that, and instead I just said that the basement brought back bad memories. And my parents were upset. They thought that I was saying that their basement was dirty or something like that. I was just really tired. I'd been driving for 5 days on the highway. I didn't want to elaborate. And I have a habit of, that case I was tired, but I do have a habit of abbreviating stuff to the detriment of the meaning of what I'm trying to say, and that's something I really should correct for this year. Thanks for watching.